If you're a man struggling in your romantic life, this book is a must-read. Manson will help you understand how to be less needy, express yourself in healthy ways, and get comfortable with dating. Key takeaways. 1. Stop trying to be someone else. If you want to be successful romantically, following a list of the best tips and tricks may lead you to have a few good nights, but in the long run, nothing beats being able to be yourself. Nothing beats showing your full personality and quirks and finding someone who appreciates those qualities. 2. Don't be needy. A lot of people struggle romantically because they are needy. They need validation, support, or a host of other things. But if you want to be more attractive to the people around you, learn to practice non-neediness. This doesn't mean developing an attitude of indifference or being an asshole. It means being confident in yourself and respecting the person that you are. It also means providing that same respect to the women and men you meet. 3. Vulnerability. People like those who are vulnerable. Vulnerability exposes you to the world, and it highlights an inner confidence and willingness to connect on a deeper level. But there is a big difference between being genuinely vulnerable and using vulnerability as a pickup tactic. If you use it as a pickup tactic, people will sniff out your bullshit. Instead, learn to be vulnerable as a way of being. Get comfortable with the uncomfortable parts of yourself and your story. Be willing to share those things with others. Not because it will help you romantically, but because it will allow you to have more meaningful interactions with everyone who you meet. There's a big difference between these two approaches. 4. Be honest about your interest. Instead of playing games, hoping for the other person to make the first move, state your interest if it's there. If you have had a great time on a date, then say that honestly and confidently, "I really enjoyed our time, and I'm excited to see you again." You'd be surprised with how many people fail to communicate their intentions and desires, but when you start doing so, it makes everything a lot easier and less painful. 5. Live by your values. When you live by your values, you will have healthier romantic encounters. Instead of catering to what you think the other person wants, live by your values, even when they are not the popular opinion. If your values are not aligned with another person, then that's good to know sooner rather than later. 6. A question for every date. Once you're past the small talk, ask a person you just met, "What's your favorite thing in the world?" This surprisingly simple question will illuminate a lot of things about the other person that may or may not align with what you're looking for. If you value self-awareness and having things in common, then if someone responds with an answer that highlights a lack of self-awareness and a lack of commonalities, then you have fantastic information for deciding whether or not you'd like to continue pursuing them. 7. Be polarizing. Think about the people who really wow you. Were they people who stuck to what everyone else says and does? Or were they people who pushed the boundaries in some way that you liked? To be really attractive and exciting for some people, you'll have to fully express your personality and unique quirks. This may turn some people away, but in the end, those are not the people you are seeking. You're seeking people who jive with you for who you are. In short, be bold. Don't be a plain plate of pasta to avoid people not liking you. Not everyone will like you, and that's okay. Some people will like your boldness. Don't be an asshole either. That is never the right way to be. 8. Drop your prejudices. If you love EDM music and someone says they like country music, a genre that you've never liked, don't make silly assumptions about that person. Instead, get curious about their interest and how it was formed. Realize that you may not see the value in the music because you never took the time and instead are operating off of judgments you developed as a teenager. Being genuinely curious will help you avoid the problems caused by bringing stereotypes and preconceived notions to conversations. 9. What are the stories that are hurting you? What are the stories you tell yourself? Do you tell yourself that no women will like you because you're short, or that all pretty girls are mean? If you're struggling to find success in dating, be honest with yourself and the stories you tell. Often, those stories are bullshit excuses that prevent you from interacting in healthy ways with the people you want. 10. Overcoming your approach anxiety. Lots of men are anxious about approaching women that they are interested in. They get anxious about being rejected. But instead of giving into your anxiety and sitting by yourself having another drink, go up to someone with a genuine interest in getting to know them. If they don't want to talk to you, that's okay. It's not an affront against you. It's just not the right person, time, or place. The only way to overcome your approach anxiety is to go talk to people. Some of them will not want to talk to you. Some of them will. Over time, you'll see that talking to people isn't so scary if you don't make such a big deal about the outcome. 11. Take responsibility. Whatever your past experiences with people have been, take responsibility and find a way to have better experiences moving forward. It's all on you. Once you stop blaming other people, You might find yourself having a lot more fun and success. 12. Make her feel alive. Most people spend their days in a mundane existence. If you can break this pattern and make them feel more alive, you're tapped into the secret of attraction. Create an experience worth talking about. 13. Courage is a habit. Courage comes with practice. It comes with accepting that you're anxious about something and doing it anyway. Over time, it gets easier. Because in constantly exposing yourself to your anxieties and fears, the power they have over you wanes. 14. How to approach a new person. Cut the cheesy pickup lines and go up to people with a simple introduction. See how they respond. They might have a boyfriend. They might want to hang with their friends and avoid all guys for the night. Or they might want to talk to you. You won't know until you go up and ask in a simple and authentic way. 15. On being creepy. Lots of men fear being perceived as creepy. While it's a legitimate fear, don't let it stop you from expressing yourself fully. Some percentage of people will find you creepy no matter who you are or what you do. That said, don't be a creepy guy that does weird things or who doesn't respect women. That is never okay. 16. Connection stems from self-awareness. How self-aware are you? What are your motivations? What are your emotional needs? Until you understand these things on a fundamental level and are able to communicate them in a straightforward way, you will struggle to connect with women.